First off, how did you come to work with Aldo?
Well, Aldo and I have been friends since the release of his first album. He was doing that in New York at the time I was working at Power Station. We became friends then in early '82, and really the friendship has lasted all these years, and so when the opportunity came for me to work with him on an album, I jumped at it. He had been sending a couple of tapes around, really wanting to jump back in head first, and he was looking for more or less a second opinion, you know, someone to be a co-producer, someone to be a co-writer. And our friendship, you know, was as strong as any. So when I had the opportunity, I jumped on it. It's been about a year and a half of writing and rewriting material and to get us to this point.
If I was to think of an unlikely combination, it would have to be you and Hall & Oates. How did you come to meet him?
Well, the Hall & Oates came out of my working with Danny Kortchmar on the Young Guns record. Cooch and I really had a great relationship on that record, and maybe because of it, have decided to do other things now together. So he was offered to do the Hall & Oates single, and it was going to coincide. And I said, no, go ahead, Danny, you know, I'm well in control of this. If you want to, go ahead. And he said, no, I'd really like you to do it with me. And I was real flattered because, you know, I was a big Hall & Oates fan growing up, and Darryl was real into it, so I helped, you know, with the rewriting of the song, and then we went in and cut it in 2 days.
You've certainly had your experience in the production field now, so how does John the producer and John the performer differ?
It's difficult. You can't come in as a producer and try to be John the artist, because then I'd be making a Bon Jovi record, and that's not right. I'm here to offer a spice to the pot, you know, to the stew, not, you know, to be the meat, you know. This is an Aldo Nova record. Hall & Oates had to be Hall & Oates. In the rewrite of the song, So Close, for example, I had to let it be Hall & Oates. I had written completely different lyrics and then had to pull back and say, wait a minute, you know, this isn't you that's going to be singing this. You can offer these ideas to Darryl and see what happens. And then musically, he let me do really what I wanted to do. It's exciting. I think it's a learning experience, to tell you the truth. I'm learning a lot being on this side of the board about what it's like to work with other artists. Because, you know, though, thank God, Bon Jovi's been successful, it's been the 5 of us in a cocoon. Well, now I'm getting out and seeing the world. I'm tasting, you know, a variety of foods, basically.
What else is on the burner for you at this stage, John?
There's a great singer-songwriter that I'm going to produce with Danny Kortchmar starting in January by the name of Billy Falcon, who is in the vein of a Tracy Chapman, Jackson Browne type of a guy, singer-songwriter, who's just phenomenal.
Now, just a little while back, you were doing a tour with Southside Johnny.
Yeah, I toured for a month with Johnny in August. I was just, you know, just being the guitar player, which was a big thrill. It was hero worship for me, you know, just having that front row seat for the Jukes every night for a month was a big thrill. And if there was ever a band that I could have been the guitar player in, it was the Jukes.
I think there are a lot of people out there, John, that would like to know how much you got paid for the Southside Johnny sessions.
Nothing. I got paid per diem because there wasn't even catering backstage. It was whatever you got at the truck stop that day. And I shared a room with the other, another member of the band. And Bobby and I shared a room, and even in Bon Jovi, I mean, there was always 5 guys, so once in a while you'd get your own room, even when we were doubling up. So this was fun, you know, for a whole month. I mean, we were out in a van and playing small clubs and theaters and having a blast every night. We did clubs on days off periodically with Bon Jovi on the last tour, and that was a lot of fun as well. But no, man, I really look forward to getting back to those things periodically.
Regarding the Southside Johnny stuff, touring again must have been the last thing on your mind.
Yeah, you know, my guys think I'm crazy. Let's put it that way. You know, I mean, I remember speaking to all of them individually throughout the recording of the Guns record, and the only thing they'd ever say to me was like, slow down, take a rest, you know. And meanwhile, you know, they were getting, you know, enjoying the summer and sun tanning and you know, doing all those goofy fun things you're supposed to do in life. I can't help it. I'm just crazy. You know, I just love to do this. I love being in the studio. I love writing songs.
Now, I want to take you back to the last time we talked in Vancouver. Now, at that time, there was a live album in the works and a movie as well.
The movie's done and it comes out in a week. Yeah, come to think of it. You know, it's let's not call it a movie. I have to take that back. I set out to make a movie. It turned into one hell of a home video. And I think what it does is there's not any one complete song in the film. There's 17 or 20 some odd songs in it, but it's not a concert movie where you're going to just see a bunch of songs performed on a stage. You might as well come and see us live. This is truly the band, the five of us in the hotels, in the rooms when you're waking up in the morning, on the airplanes, backstage after a miserable show, backstage after a great show, the butterflies at Giant Stadium, the great fun we had New Year's of '88 in Japan on the New Jersey tour. A lot of it is the New Jersey, in fact, the whole thing is the New Jersey tour, but it's the behind-the-scenes stuff. I think we took snippets of what Rattle and Hum set out to be, what Imagine set out to be, and what Elvis in '56 started out to be. You know, I mean, all the pieces, and tried to put them together. Now, it's not perfect, you know, I'll be honest, it's not perfect, but I think it's a lot of fun. And let's put it this way, when I saw it, I really started to look forward to playing New Year's.
So this is not going to be a Rattle and Hum experience then, because I found that was pretty sterile.
No. You know, I mean, not to be a critic or anything, but I thought Rattle and Hum was too somber. You know, it was like Bono finally smiled. I said, hallelujah. You know, there's a lot of laughing in this. I think you'll have a good time watching it.